Hiya, I just want to show you how you can print your liner cuts at home without a press. You will need a few little basic printing equipment. A roller or a brayer, if you've got one of those, it's kind of a important bit. Bit of printing ink of some kind, be it etching, be it relief, but something that's probably oil based. Obviously your liner cuts you want to print, and something that we're going to use to apply pressure with, be it a spoon, metal or wooden. If you've got a Baren like this one, and also other things you could use, perhaps a clean roller or something like that. Okay. So first thing we do is get our ink out. To roll your ink out, all you're going to need is something smooth and non-porous. So as I say, printing ink will make this a lot easier, but you could try it with acrylic paint. Oil-based paint if you've got any oil tubes lying around. They will work, they're just a lot softer, so it just might be trickier to get the consistency you want. Your roller up that way. I'm going to scooch that to the side now. We're going to make somewhere for our liner cuts to sit and a marker. So these are 3 little liner cuts I did, and I want them in this particular arrangement. So I've stuck them to a bit of card, just a bit of mount card, so they'll be print in the same place every time. So this is just a scrap bit of mount card I'm working on. It could be your desk, it could be some newspaper. I'm just going to make myself a little guide mark with some tape. Masking tape, sellotape, even just a pencil line drawn onto a bit of card. So I can put my plate there. My paper is just some little squares of cartridge paper, and I think if I just put another mark there, so the second mark is going to be where I want my paper. Obviously if you're just doing a one-off liner cut then it doesn't really matter, but if you want to sort of make it multiples. So next step is to ink up your liner cuts. Okay, so I'm going to place them on my mark, place my paper down, so lining up with that bottom mark, 2 fingers on the bottom and just let it drop down, fingers on top. So always keep one hand on your paper and your liner block, so you're holding it still, while you go and grab whatever you want to sort of rub the back of the paper with. Metal spoons work quite nicely, they're not quite smooth. I'm just carefully sort of feeling out where my little liner cut are. They are little line work ones, so it wouldn't take much pressure to get a nice print of these, hopefully. So just working my way methodically over the liner cut, not pressing really hard, but firm pressure down. Swap my fingers around to the other side so I can burnish the bit at the bottom, trying to make sure I've got every bit. You can, if you're not sure if it's printing right, you can sort of have a little sneak peek and peel off, and you've got a little print. So I have Missed a few spots there, but that's alright. So you can pop that one to one side and do another. So I've inked it up again. This time we're going to use a clean roller to be our pressure. Line it up, drop it on, and then we're just going to roll. They're quite small liner cuts, so it'd be easy for them to shift, or my paper to shift. So have a little peek. Picked up the marks from the card there. I'm going to try a different thing now. I'm going to use the little Baren. So you use these guys by tucking your fingers in one side and then sort of making a fist around that, so you're kind of pulling tight on that handle. Then you pop it flat on whatever you want to print, and it will sort of, should hopefully glide over your paper. And you apply downward pressure. And you get another print.